Hello, my name is Sam and welcome to another video talking about Tapforms 5 for iOS and Mac. We're back looking at my Amazon again, and we're looking at this shoe that I bought 3 years ago now, in January 2018. In the last video in this series, I talked about how we were creating this brand new form, this purchases form, so that we could add purchases automatically. And I said this is going to be the basis of using TamperMonkey to automatically import these records. Now, getting this to work with TamperMonkey is going to take a few episodes, and what we're going to focus on in this episode is what we need to do to manipulate the page to show up a link for us to get us to create something. Now, this is sort of the first thing we need to figure out, is how we're going to integrate with the page. Now, for certain things, maybe this is an automatic integration. An example of that is the scripts that I use to automatically sync the data from the Tapforms online forum via Safari and TamperMonkey into a CouchDB database, also backed by Tapforms. That's automatically done. Every time I navigate a page, it automatically imports. For this, we want it to be a little bit more intentional, which means we need to look at what it takes to inject a bit of elements into the page so that we can work with it. And what we're going to do is we're going to focus on this box here where it says purchased 2 times, and we're going to hit inspect element, right click, inspect element, and we're going to see that we've got this instant order update feature div. Now in HTML, and this is what we're looking at here, these little angle bracket stuff, the ID field, so ID equals this value, is supposed to be unique within the entire document. So what that means we can do is and here at the bottom here is a little JavaScript console, is document.getElementById, that, right? And let's just make that a little bit bigger. Gives us some space here. And when you can see when we hover over this, Safari here is automatically highlighting these items, and we can click into that. We've got our alert, inner box, alert icon, alert content, and then there is a link, which is view this order. So what we're going to do is use our scripting console down the bottom here to get that. And then we're going to go get elements by tag name, and we're going to do the A tag. Now there we go. The A tag means anchor, and this is actually what we have our link. So now when I click on that, get elements returns potentially multiple. I happen to know in this case there's only one that we care about, so fortunately for us, it returns the right one. And we can see here that it returns this link, and when I hover over it, it says view this order, and it's got a link to the order for me. Now the next thing we want to do is we're gonna grab that, and this is going to be the basis of our brand new TamperMonkey script. So I'm going to click on this TamperMonkey button. You can see I've actually already got an import to CouchDB. We're going to create a brand new one for YouTube. Amazon import to couch, import, what did I call it? Product? Yes, import product to CouchDB. We'll add YT as a suffix. It's automatically selected the match here to be the product page. We don't want that, so we're going to delete that and make that star so that this triggers every single time we go to a page. We're going to delete that, and we're just going to put that in. We're going to do 0, and we're going to create a variable that says link element. And what we're going to do is check if link element. We're going to just pop up a little thing that says alert, link element found. We're going to tab in there. We're going to hit save. We can see that all of our documents are there. We'll jump back into this one. And we're going to refresh. And now when we refresh, we should expect a little pop-up that says link element found, and we'll hit close on that. Okay, so our next trick here is, we know this works. We know this runs when we load the page up, which is great. That's our first step. And we've got value, and actually we can do one other trick, which is link element dot inner text. And that'll give me the inner text of the link element, which should be view this order. So we'll just reload that, see what that looks like. Link element found, view this order. Sweet. Okay, so what we want to do now is create our own link. So to do that, we're going to use JavaScript to programmatically create our link. So we'll copy this alert line. We'll leave it in there just in case we need to debug later. And we're going to actually swap that to be let so that we get that out of the global scope. And we're going to say let import link equal document.createElement A. Right, I'm going to create an A tag. Now, in that import link, we're going to set the inner text to be import to catch DB. Nice and simple. We're going to then add an event listener. Now, the event listener is basically a listener for when an event happens. And the event that we're interested in here is a click. And it's going to want a function to call. So I'm going to write a thing here that says import to couch DB. I'm going to set the second flag to be false, which basically means don't propagate. And then we're going to say let inserted equals our link element dot insert adjacent element before start, and then import link, and we're going to log the import link, and we'll log what we inserted, just to make sure that we get everything we expect. We also need to define this import to catch DB as a method, and we'll do that. So import to couch DB, and all we're going to do here is grab that alert that we had before, and we'll just copy it for the moment and put that in there. So let's give this a spin. Let's see what this does. Ooh. And then a bunch of errors, which is not great. Okay. Execution of script did not meet the what is before start, not I think. Let's do after end. That should be valid. Let's load that. See what that does. Import to couch DB. Ooh, there's no space there, but it exists. That's good. And link element found. View this order. Let's hit close on that. So what we'll do is change this so that we have let spacer equal document dot create element. Do we want to create an element? Create text. Spacer dot inner text equals actually, can we create an element? Actually, what we'll do is we will create a BR element, which is a break rule or a new line, and what we'll do is inserted one will be our spacer, and console.log inserted 2 will be our spacer, our thing. So let inserted 2 equal spacer dot insert adjacent element. after end again, and I should look up what the correct before one is, and import link. Okay, let's give this a spin, see what it does. Okay, now we have import to CatchDB on its own line. Again, when we click on it, we see view this order. Now, what we've done here is the basis, the first step of our integration. We've found an element to hook into, which is this anchor tag. We've then isolated that, created some HTML to insert into the page, and then by clicking on that, we call our own JavaScript from that page. Now, at that point, we can put more code in here, but we're going to pause here for this particular episode. I want to keep this one a little bit short because this is the first step towards pulling this all together. And the next episode is going to be a little bit heavier because what we're going to do is start by extracting the different pieces of the page so that we can find out where everything is on the page, and then copy that into Tapforms, and that's going to be a bit of a process. So if this video was interesting to you, please leave a thumbs up, put a like there. If it wasn't interesting, put a dislike in. Either way, please leave a comment if you have comments or questions or suggestions for improvement. These videos are again done somewhat ad hoc. I'm trying to keep them short, but they're still a little ad hoc. Let me know in the comment section if this length worked for you or if you wanted something a little bit longer.